When you think of basketball unity, you might picture teammates huddling on the court. But what happens when that team spirit goes beyond the court? Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just took things to a whole new level, stepping out in full force to support their NBA brothers, the Indiana Pacers. From rocking Pacers gear to bringing that locker room energy to the sidelines. This moment wasn't just about basketball, it was about community, loyalty, and sending a message that Indiana stands together. Stay locked in, because this story is full of surprises, smiles, and slam dunks, on and off the hardwood. The Indiana Pacers were gearing up for one of their most crucial games of the season. The playoff atmosphere was electric, but something stood out. Someone. Several Indiana Fever players, led by rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, walked into the arena, decked out in blue and gold, faces lit with excitement. Fans looked twice. Was that the WNBA stars showing up courtside? Yes, it was. And not just as guests. They came to cheer like fans, to stand like family. This was the Fever saying, "We've got your back." Caitlin Clark, already a headline grabber on the court, was stealing attention in a different way, through her off-court presence. Since being drafted to the Indiana Fever, she's embraced more than a team. She's embraced a community. That includes supporting the Pacers not just with words, but with action. She greeted fans outside the stadium, signed jerseys, and even held a mini Q&A with some Pacers diehards. Her message? We're all in this together. Indiana basketball is one family. This wasn't a PR stunt. It felt real, genuine, heartfelt. The Indiana Fever and Pacers have long shared the state, the colors, and a passion for the game. But this gesture showed a different layer of connection. When Clark and her teammates took their seats courtside, cameras didn't just zoom in, they lingered. They captured Kelsey Mitchell vibing to the music, Alia Boston exchanging nods with Pacers players, and Caitlin Clark standing during key plays, clapping, shouting, being fully present. Fans on social media blew up. Caitlin Clark is the realest. Pacers needed this energy. Fever turning into the best hike squad in the NBA. The WNBA and NBA have often worked in parallel, but rarely has the public seen this kind of synergy. Pacers players like Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner took time post-game to thank the Fever squad for pulling up. Turner even said, "You can't beat that kind of support. It gives us an edge." In return, Caitlin Clark gave a shout-out to Halliburton in her post on social media, calling him a leader on and off the court. What we're witnessing is the breakdown of walls. NBA stars respecting the WNBA grind. WNBA players boosting the NBA energy. The outcome? A fan base that's growing more united by the day. Indiana is a state known for hoops, but the energy right now, it's next level. With Caitlin Clark joining the Indiana Fever, ticket sales have spiked. The excitement is bleeding over into Pacers games. When both teams show up for each other, fans do too. There's talk of dual ticket deals, joint charity events, even a co-branded Hoosier Unity night in the works. This isn't just about game nights, it's about building a movement in Indiana, across platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Clips of Caitlin and her teammates hyping up the Pacers have racked up millions of views. Sports outlets like ESPN and Bleacher Report picked up the story, hailing it as a moment of rare cross-league solidarity. Even non-basketball fans found themselves smiling at the clips. The vibe? This is what sports should be. With the WNBA season approaching and the Pacers pushing through the playoffs, we're bound to see more moments like this. And let's not forget, Clark's presence in Indiana is just beginning. Expect to see more Fever x Pacers collabs, more shared media days, and maybe even a shared commercial or two. Indiana's basketball ecosystem is thriving. This moment isn't just cute content, it's important. It shows a new era of mutual respect in professional basketball. One where women athletes don't just inspire from afar, they show up. Where men recognize and uplift them in return. This is the kind of energy that builds future stars, both in the NBA and WNBA. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever proved that support isn't seasonal, It's constant. They didn't just watch the Pacers, they lifted them. And in doing so, they lifted the entire Indiana basketball culture.